So you're just outside. Where are you guys going to again?
We are going. We are driving from New York to New Berlin, Illinois. But we're stopping in Indianapolis for the night. Yeah.
Nice.
I think it would have been a 15-hour drive in total, but we're gonna hang out in Indianapolis tonight, grab a hotel, and chill before we drive to the venue tomorrow morning.
Nice. That's all right. Yeah, because you guys are kind of on you're on a stint of like radio holiday shows. Is that what you're doing?
Yes. Right. Yeah, we're doing a mini radio tour throughout the Midwest, and we had our like one off date in New York at the Bowery Electric, opening for playing with Return to Dust.
Yes.
So, nice.
Yeah, they're doing some cool stuff right now. They're on their American tour.
Okay, sweet. And how have the shows been going so far?
Oh, they've all been great. I mean, this is what we love to do. I mean, this is like, I think technically our third tour this year, and so for us, it's just us getting to do what we want to do. We were out with Fozzy in the UK in February, and
that's cool.
With Des Rocks, we went to Europe and the UK in September. So
nice.
And now we're here.
Back in the USA.
Just nonstop, man. Keep going.
Oh, yeah. Always.
So what was playing with Fozzy like? That would have been fun.
Oh, that was super fun. They're all a bunch of sweethearts. I mean, like, Chris Jericho is an amazing performer.
Of course, yeah.
The crowds were riled up and ready every night. They're all like...
Lots of wrestling fans out there.
Yeah.
Oh, of course,
looking for like an energetic show. Yeah. You know, that's us. Like, we're just balls of energy on stage. Like,
through that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like, and so how long have you guys been like, how long has this band been around?
The band has been around for a long time. This specific iteration of the band has been around for a year and a half.
Okay.
The bassist and I, we joined in June?
Summer of last year.
July of last year.
Yep.
And Will's been in the band for about 2 years.
Yep.
And
I joined back in 2022, summer of 22. So I've been in it for about 2 years. And then 2.5?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2.5 years.
And but I think the band decided to go pro in like 2019. And we've gone through a couple of lineup changes in the meantime. But we think this one is the last one for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
This is the one. We went out to LA earlier this year. We recorded like an album's worth of music, and we all vibe with each other really well. We all write really well together. We perform really well together, and this is
the chemistry is all there.
The chemistry is all there.
Yeah, that's the important thing, right? As long as the chemistry's there. Like,
that's right.
Yeah, that's awesome. So so how long were you guys recording for in LA?
So 2 weeks. 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we did 8 songs.
That's not too bad.
From start to finish, from writing, recording, complete everything.
Wow.
We were in such a zone, which is funny because we had written an album's worth of music before we went to LA, and then our manager at the time went, "No, I want you guys to get the full experience. We're gonna go write with some producers, and we want them to pull out of you your maximum potential. You're the best, which honestly we're like extremely grateful for, because when we joined the band, we had like an idea of what the sound was supposed to be like. So this would have just been Ascension 2, because Ascension was the first album that we did, and it was a specific kind of sound. And then we went out to LA and we spoke to these producers, and we were talking, and it just ended up going in such a different direction because all of us have such different musical influences. And we ended up with an album that truly has a flavor of each and every one of us. It was way better than we ever imagined that it would have been. And and we're excited to release a bunch of it coming up next year.
Oh, that's going to be exciting.
The first and second singles, Not Sorry and Obsession, are already out.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Nice. I'm curious. So what's the difference in music influences here?
Oh, so
all across the board.
all across the board. So, I grew up on like Queen and Zeppelin and Sting and that kind of stuff. Will
okay.
over here, Will is like Van Halen,
80s, all the 80s hair metal
all
stuff.
the 80s hair metal.
Okay.
Metallica, Van Halen, Def Leppard, Pink Floyd, all of that.
Adam,
Yeah.
Adam's really into like the grungy element of things,
Yeah, for sure.
and then our bassist Gabe, he grew up on video game OSTs and EDM music, and that's kind of like the thing that he listens to. The electronic side is what he listens to most, and add a little bit of that into everything that we did in that album, and then you can kind of put a finger on it, but it's still like we're so all across the board on this album. There's really something for everyone, and you could definitely see the different influences. I mean, in Not Sorry starts off with a pretty new metal kind of riff, and then ends up on a synth pop chorus.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's funny because I was listening to a bunch of the music too, and it's interesting because there was some like out of certain parts or aspects of the songs, I'd be like, oh, this kind of like gives me like a 3 Days Grace vibe or like a Breaking Benjamin vibe. Almost like, it's interesting because like I was picking up different things than what you were telling me.
Yeah, and then those kind of vibes, like the early 2000s rock, that's especially on like Ascension, which is the previous album that we released, and like the earlier body of music, which is like very like kind of post grungy kind of sound for sure.
Yeah.
So like I said, we wrote an album with songs that sounded exactly like that because that's what we thought it needed to sound like at first.
Oh, okay.
Like, we're joining this band. We already kind of have like a signature, and like, no, we ended up with this, and this is so much better. And
the four of us put us on a plate. This is what came out.
Yeah. And we got to see kind of in real time the difference because when we toured with Fozzy, we played more of the older stuff.
Yeah.
And then when we toured with Des Rocks, we kind of like switched it up completely and just played all the new songs. And the people that saw us first in the UK saw us again the second time, and they were like, that switch flipped for them. That's like, oh my God, this is like completely next level. This is like different. This is like, and
night day.
It felt extremely validating.
It feels so much more engaging and so much more energetic on stage. And just feeling the reactions. Like, I mean, it was night day. Like you could just feel bringing that energy back. And for songs that they haven't even heard too. Like we played a lot of new songs, and like they were vibing to it. So I mean, it's had quite an infectious effect. And,
that's pretty sweet. So going into it, like you said, you had like, songs written for it. Did any of those stick around, or did you just like scrap all like everything off that?
Parts of them did. So it's really funny because like a riff, like every now and then here or there gets sprinkled throughout these new songs. But like conceptually though, like the songs, none of the songs are really there. But you can, if you listen to the old stuff, you could maybe hear little elements that you're like, oh, that may have been in this one or that was from that one. So, but no, primarily those songs are in the basement and they may not be pulled out again.
That's what happens, right?
For sure.
And did you guys like demo that stuff too? Like before going in?
We demoed everything out. But we all like have our own setups, and we write a lot of music, like for different kinds of projects for our own stuff, and whatever doesn't fit, you kind of just like keep in a bank for yourself.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But we demoed everything out. We had a plan. We thought this was going to be it. We're already like rehearsing the music to kind of like play.
Mm-hmm.
And then like it ended up just being completely changed. And to be honest, like I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, we just played New York, and oh my God, the reaction, it was just crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
great.
That's awesome. What's it like to play in New York? That'd be fucking pretty sweet place to play.
It's a vibe.
It is a vibe. The venue that we play, I love it because it's a very tight, kind of intimate space. And it's funny because there's like a flight of stairs. You got to go down like a whole story into the basement. So, which makes load-in, a blast.
Gotta love that, yeah.
There, oh yeah. So, but once you're down in there, it's awesome because I mean, it wouldn't matter if you had 20 people or 80 people in there. I mean, it's gonna feel packed just because of the size of it. And but it's awesome because the stage is right in front of all those people. They can get as close as they want. Yeah. So it's a very very intimate vibe. But
it's a legendary venue, the Bowery Electric, and because it's New York, you never really know who's gonna like show up at your shows.
True.
Okay.
So like we're like looking out in the crowd, and I see like this orange beanie, and I'm like, wait, that guy looks familiar. And I was like, oh wow, that's Rob. That's the guitarist for Volbeat. Wow, he's here
hanging out.
You know,
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Like, and so this version of the band, so you guys coming into it, like, I'm assuming you had other projects you were doing before showing up to this one, right?
Yes. So
yeah, so kind of curious on the history of, like, you know, the start. Like, were you like, I guess, like, say, like, your influences, were your older bands that you were in like really heavily influenced in that then?
Well, it's kind of crazy because like the bassist and I, we've known each other for like 10 years. We are in a progressive metal band as well. That's kind of where our background comes from. And the way that Pistols at Dawn found me is I had put out a one-take vocal performance on TikTok for my metal band. And they kind of heard my chops, and because of that TikTok, they reached out to me. And 2 weeks later, I was on a plane from Miami to Atlanta to go audition.
Oh wow!
And
hoping that it was real.
Hoping that it was real.
Not be abducted.
Oh yeah, I had all kinds of trackers on me, like people making sure that I wasn't going to end up in a bathtub, like missing a kidney.
You never know, man. You never know these days.
Yeah, crazy. So. Yeah, and needless to say, the rest is history. Gone on 3 tours with these boys, and
nice.
It's been like the craziest experience. Will actually has like a different kind of background.
I do. So before this, I was actually in a Bon Jovi tribute band.
Oh no shit!
Playing lead guitar for a Bon Jovi tribute band, and I tell you, it was fun. It was
I bet it was.
I was in it for about probably 3 to 4 years, and
okay.
It was fun. You get to play all those 80s tunes and, you know, get to play bars and stuff and see all the middle-aged crowd go crazy for all the Bon Jovi.
Oh, yeah. Play those classics, 100%.
Amen. And then we would do some hair metal songs, too. We'd sprinkle in a few of, like, the greatest hits and stuff like that. But funny enough, nice. I actually found Pistols through Craigslist.
Oh, my God. That's even more sketchy.
It's even worse than TikTok, right? So I had responded to just an ad. It was based out of Atlanta, and I was like, I mean, this looks kind of cool. And I had never responded to a Craigslist ad in my life. Like I was like, no, you know, who knows what lies behind those? And then an hour later, I get a call from Adam, our drummer, who kind of runs the show. And I mean, he gave me the rundown. I was like, hey, you want to come down, audition, learn these songs? Come on. And I did. And lo and behold, here we are. it was crazy.
And was it like a month later where you guys got and a month later, this guy at like 22, 21?
I was 21 at the time.
21 years old, goes and like tours with Alter Bridge and Wolfgang Van Halen.
Oh my God.
First tour ever.
How was that?
I had to pinch myself. I mean, I worshipped Eddie Van Halen coming up, playing guitar, and to be on tour with his son of all people. And, you know, for my first tour ever. I mean, I had to constantly pinch myself. It was a dream.
That's crazy. Yeah, like what's that like? You know, you kind of grow up in this situation listening to like Eddie, and then you have this crazy experience, like especially like meeting him. Like how do you describe that?
It's literally otherworldly. Like the level of professionalism and just pure, you know, kindness and joy and just everything that these guys radiate. It was something to behold live, and especially meeting them in person. You really get to see just how human they are too, in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
Like you make it up in your mind, like, oh my gosh, these untouchable, you know, beings that you know I'm not allowed to be around. And then you're there and you're talking to them, and you get to hang out with them. You're just buddies, and it's crazy. Yeah, it's the craziest thing. So,
I mean, you must have just been telling people, be like, the craziest shit just happened to me. Like, it's
literally. I mean, to go from playing Bon Jovi songs to being on tour with my idol son and Alter Bridge, like that was a life-changing experience for sure.
Yeah, like it must have been crazy to like say like get that news and then you're just like, you know what, we'll like we'll wait till it actually happens,
exactly,
and then we'll see.
Exactly, yeah, you're paranoid to like put it out because you
oh yeah, like, I can't, I don't know, like I would have been like, I can't tell anybody until I know for sure this is for real.
Exactly, and there was a period of waiting where I know we got the tour and we had to wait like 6 months before we could even announce it, or 3 months. Something like that. So I had to sit on it and like not even be able to really put it out for a while. So it was crazy.
Nice.
It's always like the same way that we get to hear about these tours. It's like out of out of nowhere, he'll just be like, "Hey, we gotta get on a meeting right now," and we're like, "Oh my God, what's going on? What's going on?" And he'll be on that. We'll get on that meeting, and he'll have this specific grin on his face, and we're all already like, "Oh my God, he's gonna say the wildest thing to us." What's next?
So is he always the one to give you guys like the good news like that then?
Yeah. So like I think, you know, in every band, people have like different roles like within the band. Like for me, I've taken like a lot of like the social media aspect on myself, and like Will's taken a lot of like the technical elements, and like. We'll say technical elements a lot, like setting all our gear and equipment and knowing how everything works. And like, while Adam runs our logistics and like, you know, it's the one that talks to our management and the one that does all the business findings. So everyone kind of has different hats within this. So he's the one that usually brings us the good news, like, hey, we're going on tour with Des Rocks.
Nice. Yeah, I think it's good that everyone has each role, and I was kind of curious about it too. Like if you're doing the social media aspect of it, like I guess the question is like, do you enjoy kind of doing that stuff, or do you find it like such a tedious task sometimes? You're just like, oh God, this is the last thing I want to do right now.
I mean, I love doing it, honestly. I get to be creative in like such a different way, and like, you know, I get a lot of ideas from the boys. Like Gabe or like Will like hit me up and like he'll be like, "Oh my God, I have the best idea for you to do," or like we'll riff off each other. I'll be like, "Guys, I have an idea. Like, watch this video, follow suit," and they'll be like, "Gotcha." And it's just, we get to do such fun like different things and show our personalities in like a different way, because we're all kind of like goofballs. And you know, your goofballs like playing like hard rock and like running around doing like cool stuff on stage and stuff, but then our latest thing has been that we like to add explosions to all of our clips, so it'll just be like a random clip and like we'll flip a switch and like boom. So
so you guys are at least like the nice thing is you're still like being yourselves, right? It's not like you're trying to
you have to be.
You know, it's like, oh well, we got to do what everyone else is doing when you don't like doing it, right?
No. I mean, people can smell when you're being fake from like a mile away. I think authenticity is one of like the biggest factors in whether a band, a project, an artist is going to be successful. And if you're not authentic, like people just know it.
Oh yeah, true.
People know when you're trying to push something there. So.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess I'm curious, like, so you know, you guys going on a bunch of tours and that. Have you had any like memorable fan reactions as of late, like with the last 3 tours that you've had? Like,
it's just the biggest shift that we noticed was like with the new material for the Europe tour. When we went back through the UK, so we ran through the UK in February with Fozzy, and then we got to go through. How many shows did we do? Did we do 3 or 5? Europe.
5, yeah. 5.
So we got to go through for 5 more shows and hit a lot of the same spots that we hit back in February. And to see the difference in the reaction of fans who had seen us the first time compared to the second time with the new material compared to the old material, that was really memorable for me, especially like just getting to see and feel that reaction.
Yeah, definitely. Like memorable reactions is like whenever you see like a mosh pit open up to like your music. That's like kind of crazy.
That's pretty sweet.
Especially because we're like, man, we're not that heavy. And then, some of the other ones have been there, people like actually singing along with our songs. That's
always cool.
That's one that I can't get over. Like every time I'm just like, wow, they actually know the words. They're singing this song that we
like. Yeah, you know they're a fan because they took the time to like learn the lyrics, like listen to the song. Right? It's awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Yeah, that's freaking sweet. And it must. With that being said, too, you guys just must be I don't know. Do you have like that itch of just like, fuck, I can't wait to release more of these new songs? Like,
every day, every day,
every day,
every day. That's the worst part to me is like when you're so excited about it and you're like, God, we have to wait.
Yeah, we have to wait, and then we play the song to ourselves like over and over and over and over and over again.
Oh
and
yeah,
you're just like you have to like teeter that balance that you don't get tired of it yourself.
Well, yeah, because then when it comes out, you're like, oh, I'm sick of the song already.
Yeah,
and it just got released.
It helps a little bit with the anticipation, getting to play some of them live. Even before them being released, that kind of helps keep the itch satisfied to some degree.
Oh yeah, 100%, man. Yeah, that's true. And I guess like out of curiosity with you guys, because you have different influences, I'm always curious with musicians. But like when you're listening to music, what is like your go-to comfort artist that you would just like? It's no question, you just click and you can listen to it anytime.
Sleep Token. For me, it's Sleep Token. I've been a fan ever since I heard the first album, and you know they deserve everything they're getting to them right now. I love all of their music. Like it's literally, I don't think there are any duds for me when it comes to their music.
Agreed.
What's for you?
Pink Floyd for me.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
I could just put a whole Pink Floyd album on and just sit back and go to sleep. Like it's paradise. I get lost in it every single time.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And like, how did you guys when you were growing up? What was like the moment of you wanting to like do music or start to like want to be in a band and things like that?
Ooh, I think didn't we say something like we spoke about this before? I think all of us, like for all of us in one way or another, it had to do with either Rock Band or Guitar Hero.
It all comes back to Guitar Hero.
It's like that was like the intro. That was the gateway to everything.
Guitar Hero really introduced me to the catalog of rock and metal songs that I never would have discovered otherwise. The list of songs on that game, getting to go through each one and listen to each one, like I was hooked from the start. So I do have to give it all to Guitar Hero. For sure.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I never even thought about that. Yeah, I guess that could have influenced a lot of people.
Yeah, I think an entire generation of like just musicians, like from our age group,
True.
like definitely were influenced by that. And
a lot of people make fun of it, you know, like just for like having the buttons and stuff. And they're like, oh, you know, don't play Guitar Hero, learn how to play real guitar. And I'm sitting over here like, well, I wouldn't have tried to play real guitar if it wasn't for Guitar Hero.
Oh, so you learned it after Guitar Hero?
Yeah. Guitar Hero is what convinced me. It was like, oh, I kind of want to try this for real. Like, this is fun with the buttons, but like, I wonder how it actually works. So that's what drove me to get an electric guitar.
Nice. That was one thing that always annoyed me, though. It's like, because I play guitar, and it's just like, you know, you have this guy who's just like, you know, just streaks, no wrong notes, and it's like they can't play guitar to save their life,
right?
And like just destroying me. I'm like, what the fuck is this? That was just so funny. Like yeah, it's all hand-eye coordination, right? Like it's got to be amazing. Like I remember seeing some people or some of those videos of like, man, it's insane.
Crazy.
Definitely, like going at like double speed, like kind of videos. Then memorizing all the notes. Like, so it's like
insane. Yeah, some Guitar Hero things are harder than actual guitar.
That's true. Although Rock Band was fun though. I can see that, because then you're playing with friends, right? One's the drummer, one's the vocalist. Yeah. Like that could totally influence for sure. I remember having lots of fun nights playing that game.
That was like a lot of fun.
I love it.
Oh yeah, nostalgia, man. It's crazy. And so with you guys, I don't know, can you say much on like when you think the album's going to be coming out yet, or is that kind of on hold here for a bit?
Well, the album, you know, it's the industry that we are in right now. You have to drop singles first. You have to hype everything up. And as far as like giving anything away, early next year is when the next single is coming out. As far as the album, we don't even really know.
Who knows?
No, okay.
That's all the guys in the suits. That's their problem.
True.
Fair enough. And they just let you know.
Exactly. And in the meantime, we're just gonna keep rocking, keep doing shows, keep playing the new music, keep pushing, and you know, working on socials and doing everything. And
yeah. For sure. And like, any like plans for like kind of like a big kind of tour after you release the new album to kind of just promote it, or?
Nothing we can promote yet, but definitely in the works for like a bunch of it. Like, I mean, if it were up to us, we'd be on the road like constantly.
World tour,
you know. And you say that until you actually have to do it.
Hey, I'm bring it on.
Because we've been on the road for like what 7 days? No, a little less.
8? It's been like 8.
No, 8 days. 8 days, and like honestly, we're just like. Man, it feels like we've been gone for like 2 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Been great though.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Like, and do you guys mostly crash at hotels, or have you like had to stay a night in the van? Like, any crazy stories with that, or?
No. Have we like generally we'll cut costs on other things to kind of favor a hotel room, because when you're on the road like this and you really have to, you know, constantly do your best and perform your best and stay healthy and stay everything. Sleep is so important, and like I don't think there's longevity in like sleeping in a van every night, and that might be the least metal thing I've ever said all day. But no, sleep's important. So yeah, hotel.
I did it once on the Alter Bridge tour. We had an RV which had like an extra little bed in it.
Oh
which
yeah,
was really cool. So we still had like a hotel. We had like one hotel room for 2 of the guys. But one of us had to stay in the RV overnight, and it was in Washington. It was in Seattle, Washington, and it was so cold. It was the coldest night of my life. And so I was bundled up. I had on like 3 hoodies and a blanket. You could see my breath in the RV. Also, that was a crazy night.
Also, something a lot of people like in the industry really don't realize is like tour buses are just expensive for no reason. I think you come out cheaper with hotel rooms and a van, and just a trailer. Like the tour buses, maybe for like the really, really long drives, makes sense.
For the overnights.
For not, man, I'm not paying $60,000 for a damn tour bus.
Like, no, that's fair.
Well, what the hell? No, I'd rather just rough it in a van, stay in a hotel at night. A lot of times those tour buses don't even have showers on it. So like you can imagine some of these bands have to perform, get on the bus all sweaty and like dude wipe it, and then like won't shower until they get to the next venue that actually has a shower. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah. And I guess like, so in the sense of like, obviously, yeah, I agree with you. Sleep is freaking very important. You know, once you start getting older, you realize that, but like I guess before a show or when you guys are on the road, I guess more so even when you're singing too, right? I tend to see that a lot where you kind of have like a pre-ritual. So it's like, you know, the day of the show, it's like, okay, like I'm only drinking water, tea, that type of stuff. Like, do you guys have anything you kind of like ritually do before a show?
So it definitely depends on how my voice is feeling. If it's like a day where, if it's like after the show before, if my voice is feeling kind of rough, I'll definitely cut the talking for the majority, vocal rest, really warm up my voice whenever I need to use it, doing like my little warm up routines. I also have for the really, for those heavy duty days, I have this thing called a Dr. Vox, which is essentially like, it's like almost like a water pipe that you blow in that gives resistance, but also massages the vocal cords. Yeah, it's really cool. Definitely, if you're any singer tuning in should check that out. Really helps warm up the vocal cords. Some people even tell me that it helps increase their range with singing and doing exercises. Yeah, it's all about breath control. I think you can do the same with like a straw and a cup of water, but but this thing is like it's designed like ergonomically and everything for it. So
that's cool.
And then like before the show, just, make sure I'm warmed up like 2 hours before, steaming shower. If we're in the hotel before we get to the venue, tea, honey, ginger, those kind of things. And yeah, sleep is important. Sleep and staying hydrated. Those are like 2 of the most important things with all of this, because you got to recover. You got to recover after shows, like your vocal cords and everything. It's just like a muscle. Just you got to warm it up, when you work it out, and then you gotta taper it off, make sure it recovers, and everything is good. So sure. And then like pre-show, we all get hyped. We get super hyped by listening to the chillest reggae ever.
The reggae has become a staple.
Yeah, we chill to some reggae backstage. Like really, it's almost as if you're building this bubble of like energy inside. You're relaxed so much that you have all this pent up energy, and then when we're on stage,
it all comes out.
Boom! It all comes out.
Nice.
As long as I have a guitar,
I always like learning about that.
Yeah. As long as I have a guitar in my hands an hour before we play, that's all I care about.
That's all you need. Yeah, I just like messing around.
Yeah, it's like whatever. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's kind of the attitude. Do you guys? Yeah, like, do you? From the sounds of it, like, yeah, you guys sound like, you know, very responsible. Like, you know what you're doing. Like, do you have any nights of just like letting loose though, or anything like that? Just like having a good time.
Our letting loose and having a good time involves getting completely unhinged zoomies after a show, eating like fast food and binge watching anime.
Yeah,
so
we just watch anime or like
we're bringing guest appearance from Gabe, our bassist, who was driving.
What up?
So
well, who's driving then?
Now we're parked.
We're parked.
We made it.
And sub Parley. I'm gonna have him park for me.
Yes.
I'm parked. Like I went to where there's no cars around, and I'm in a good spot. But yeah,
the gang's all here.
Nice.
So
nice.
Minus Adam. Yeah, Adam had some stuff to take care of, so he's meeting us. He's meeting us here in Indiana tomorrow, and we're picking him up. So.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah. But letting loose. Yeah, we don't drink that kind of stuff. That's just it kills your health while you're on the road and stuff like that. But we love just for our letting loose fast food and anime. That's
what's the go-to fast food for you guys then?
Well, last night was Wendy's.
Today. That was unreal.
That was today.
What was the ones that we had? What was the thing we had today? That was better than Wawa. What did we? It was called
Sheets, the gas station,
dude.
The gas
station. My god, unreal!
Yeah.
It was
crazy.
It was funny because like right before we ended up going there, we were ranking fries like on a tier list
of like
what's the best kind of fries, and like we end up here and these guys they take a bite of the fry, they're like, oh my god, John, this is S tier. This is S tier. This is S tier. It was like, what? So
yeah, I love that place. The place is crazy. So I mean, that's the first time I've gone. So honestly, we just do the fast food thing and we watch our shows. Definitely on the nerdy side, cartoons and stuff here most of the time. You know, and then sometimes we just get to talk. You know, so like I've known him for 10 years, but like we've known each other. We weren't like this close all the time, and then we just came be friends like a year ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're just like learning. I learned he was a prom king like an hour ago, and I'm
oh my god,
he's just so cool. He's just too cool.
That's crazy.
In the pep rally, and he was on the baseball team, and I'm like, makes so much sense. He's the coolest guy I know.
No,
yeah,
hyping me up.
Hyping you up. So how's that work? Like, is it just like votes? You get voted prom king or what?
Yeah, it's like a class vote, and I like I told them earlier, I had no intention or any. It wasn't even in my head, like, or that I was even being considered for it at all. Because the high school I went to, I didn't go until I was a sophomore. So I just went my sophomore, junior, and senior year, and that was it. And I thought I was just chilling, just hanging out.
Dude, you're the new kid on the block, and you're on the baseball team. And then he played guitar for a pep rally, and obviously he's awesome. So everyone was just like, "This is the guy."
I guess they determined that I was worthy. I guess
he's the king.
Nice. He's the king.
And now the Instagram handle King James has so much extra meaning.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
I'm not letting this
That's
go.
Hilarious. Oh, and you guys mentioning before you were ranking like fries and stuff. What's the worst one?
Ooh, we didn't get to
dude. If you give me an extra potatoey wedge from KFC, that's the worst for me.
Really? You don't like the?
I love those. If they're crispy, if they're nice and like thin and a good mixture, great. If it's just like, it's like a pickle. No, thank you.
We might like stir up the fandom here, but like we were kind of all talking like the Five Guys fries, like they're really stocky and oily, and like I generally end up like feeling sick after I eat those.
Here's the problem. I don't agree with either of them, and I love
Yeah, they kind of just give you a lot inside of a cup in a bag that gets wet, and you're just like, I don't know if I'm supposed to enjoy this. The right answer is just, I don't know. I want waffle fries. Now all I think about is I want waffle fries.
Yes, waffle fries. Waffle fries would rank high because they get more crispy.
They get crispier. You get to scoop up more. I don't know. I think they're under.
Yeah, so you got an understanding.
Yeah.
We're men of culture. I mean, we know.
Oh, of course, right? Well, yeah, you're out on the road. You just know these things.
Yeah,
True, yeah.
so we tried our best to be as healthy as possible. I think I've had like
Oh, of course, yeah.
3 or 4 protein bars today because I'm just trying not to like snack on the worst things. Yeah.
Yeah, that can be hard for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, especially like if you're like driving late at night too, like snacking just, helps keep you up and like focused and stuff too, right? I don't know. That's what I find anyway if I'm driving it.
No, it's true.
Oh yeah, no, it's like eating stuff, like definitely. Yeah. But Will like kind of blew my mind. I didn't know this. Apparently, if you eat cinnamon gum,
yeah,
you chew on cinnamon gum, it wakes you up like instantly.
It's a hack.
Really?
Does. If you're ever feeling drowsy or tired and you're on the road, just pop in some cinnamon gum and you'll like instantly like perk up. It's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why
I'll have to try that out.
Yeah,
I'm a
interesting
on my drive. So
yeah, the only thing is I hate fucking gum. I can't stand it. Like that's my only thing.
Wow, that's a hot take.
I've never understood it. I don't understand.
Just chewing on.
I know it's a hot take because I know everyone just like.
I've never heard that. That's a hot take. I'm not gonna lie. I've never heard like, I don't like gum. Like really?
I know.
Like,
I don't know
like
anyone else who like hates
respect
gum.
I respect.
I feel like every room I've ever been in, if I opened up a gum packet, I'm fucked. It's always just like, all right, here you go. I brought enough for the rest of the class, and it's gone. Like, oh god. Good for you. It's like me. I don't like mayonnaise or like a lot of butter on my stuff and then everyone's like, really? I'm like, yeah. Well, have fun.
No, but you don't like mayonnaise either.
No, yeah, I don't.
Everyone.
Oh,
has
I don't like
thing, right?
like that.
I'm foreign. I'm super foreign. I come from like a former Dutch colony called Suriname. Like you eat mayonnaise with everything. Like so, like this. This to me is like, what? You guys don't eat mayonnaise?
He's also very worldly, and his parents gave him food from everywhere, and you accepted it as opposed to me. I was like chicken tendies only. So I was
that was me growing up too. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you bite into like a pineapple or a mango, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah. No, oh my god. No,
what is this?
Like, this is a true story. Like 3 months ago, I'm like, hey, you want some pineapple? He's like, never had it. I was like, what?
I'm 5 months from turning 30, and I have never had a pineapple. And we're at a pool party. He's just like, come on, just try it.
So needless to say, he ate pineapple every day for the following week.
Oh, really? That's hilarious.
I now buy. I inspect the gas station pineapple ones. I'm like, all right, this is looking good and ripe, perfect. And I just had some. Like that's what I chew on when I drive. It's so good. Though when you're kind of like
healthy, man,
and you sang the night before, that acid at the bottom, dude, kind of.
Oh yeah, no, it burns.
Yeah,
Ooh, yeah, that's true.
Sometimes like I get the full ones and I eat it all like entirely, and then I just feel it in my mouth, like it's like the pineapple's eating me back, and I'm just like, all right, I gotta chill out.
Oh my god, yeah, no doubt. Like I don't know, like if you're on the road and stuff, is there like I know it's like you love pineapple, but is there anything that you're just like I will not touch it, I will not eat it? There's no way you can convince me to do it.
I'm not touching a Slim Jim.
Oh really?
Big stupid. It looks like the inside of a marker. Have you ever opened up like a Crayola marker and it's just like the dumb, strong thing that you squeeze and it goes out? It's what Slim Jim looks like.
What was that stick that
that's a hot take.
He has a big fatty. It's a big fatty.
He likes the fatty.
I kind of don't mind beef jerky. I don't think I buy it. I just steal it off of someone. But yeah, Slim Jim's a good.
I don't know. I think like just like super like Twinkies or shit like that. Like this generally like, stuff I'll like try and stay away from.
Excessive sweet.
Oh, like a zebra cake. Oh my god. Like if you're gonna eat a sweet, might as well like again like at a gas station, go for like the donuts that are at least maybe nicer or something. But like a zebra cake, dude, come on, like respect yourself.
And maybe now something I'm gonna stay away from is like I love trying like different weird kinds of foods and and like usually like the menus that we go to, like I'll always pick out the weirdest thing on the menu. Like he'll be like, John's gonna take the lamb. I'm like, how did you know?
Or like, the oxtail.
Or the oxtail or the tripe or some stuff like that. And like the other night, like I finally met my match and I was like, yeah, I'm not like maybe mapo tofu, like the day you're gonna perform is not the best.
Not a great idea.
The great idea. So that I guess I'm gonna stay away from that from now on.
You should join me and him. We always get the chicky rice just wherever we go. The chicky with sauce and
rice.
Chicky rice, please.
Yeah. What
Nice.
is this? Like, General Tso is what you guys?
Yeah,
say?
General
Yeah,
style
General
white
Tso
rice
is great.
can't go wrong.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Have you guys ever been up to Canada?
I have. Yeah,
I have not.
Okay.
I
Have
have
you
not.
tried
Nope.
any of like the Canadian staples?
No.
I think we went to a Tim Hortons like that. Like we went to that.
Well,
one.
that's a classic, but I guess I more so mean like, have you tried like? I'm assuming you've probably had a poutine.
Oh yeah, that.
Oh,
I've had.
Yeah.
I've
hated
had.
it.
How about a donair?
Huh?
Have you had the donair?
No,
No.
no donair.
Okay, Google donair. Because that is one thing that is always like either you're gonna love it or you're gonna hate it, and it's like up here in Canada, it's just massive, man.
He found a boxer.
Yeah, just type in like
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like a
it's
wrap.
like a doner kebab, like almost like a They have a similar one in Europe, like
That's crazy.
Doner kebab. It's like
Looks like a hero.
yeah, it kind of looks like a hero.
That actually
Yeah,
looks fire.
those-
I'm really hungry now. Thank you for that.
it's so good. And then the other big thing here too, because of the donair, you can get like donair pizza. So it's just that pizza version, and it's friggin' insane. It's the best thing ever.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it's like the shaved shawarma meat on like a pizza. Oh yeah, I can see.
I
it.
can believe
Basically,
that.
yeah, sweet sauce. It's like, oh my god, so good.
Look at us. We're talking about food now. This is the music podcast.
Yeah, this is what it turned into now.
We're all hungry, of course.
That's a big part of it, man. When you're on the road, you know.
It's
yeah.
true. I
It's
eat
everything.
I eat since we're out here. I eat like better. Not like better, but I eat more like different things. When I'm home, I'm just like I might as well cook for myself. I make myself my chicky rice or some salad or something simple for my. And out here, it's like okay, let's go get Indian. Okay, let's go get Thai. Let's might as well we're here. Like maybe once everyone bit. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, no doubt. And I guess in the sense of trying to eat healthy too. Like, do you guys try and stay active too? Like, kind of
Oh yeah,
working
And the
out,
hotel
stuff
has-
like that.
yeah. If the hotel has a gym,
For sure.
like we're usually in. If we're not dead tired or we did like an 18-hour drive, like we did like 2 days
Today.
ago or today, like with these long drives, like we're usually in the gym, just like working out. We expend a lot on stage, though.
And setting up,
So,
obviously.
and setting up, doing all that, like it does take a lot of energy. But when we do
Oh, for sure.
have the time, we'll hit the gym. Yeah, for sure.
Nice. Yeah. That's a big thing. Yeah. And yeah, like you said, depending on how you are on stage, yeah, you could just use up all your energy there, right?
Oh yeah.
That was
Yeah.
always me. I would just leave it all out on the stage. Like,
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, no,
Moments.
yeah, I go ballistic. There's a moment during our set where we get to, John and I get to go off stage while we let Will do his guitar solo thing,
And we're
shenanigans.
just like panting.
And we're off
backstage,
stage, and it's after our cover of Fools on Parade, and I'm just like, and I always have a water bottle that was separate from my normal water bottle. I just drink it all, and I'm like, okay, because yeah, we go crazy.
yeah, I
mean,
remember.
it's like
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, I remember I joined my one buddy's band because they were looking for a guitarist. So I joined, learned some songs, wrote some songs with them. This was like years ago. And then it was like, okay, we're going to play this show. And it was a pretty big show. And I was like, oh, sweet. So like, we're all ready for it. Literally the day before, I got super ill. Like, it was bad. And my wife was even like, you can't do this. I was like, I can't let them down. Like, I can't just bail on these guys last minute. So I go and I'm like dying. I'm dying before I go on stage. And as soon as like we start playing, it was like, you wouldn't be able to tell. Like, I just used whatever energy I had to rock out. And like, as soon as it was done, we like pack up. I packed up my guitar. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go home now. I was ready to just die.
Oh my god!
the second you walk out the door, you spontaneously
It's great.
combust.
It's crazy
Oh,
how
yeah.
hard the adrenaline hits live because it's
Yeah,
like
that's what it
anything that
is.
you were feeling it completely goes away
Yeah.
when you start playing.
It does. Yeah,
And
it's
I kind
insane.
of had a similar experience. It was on the Alter Bridge tour. I actually had, I think it was 101-degree fever after the show was over, but I was burning up during the set, and I didn't realize it until we were done.
Yeah.
And like as soon as we finished, I was like, "Wow, I feel really bad."
Yeah, once it's done, you're like, oh, this is not so good.
Yeah, but in the moment, you never know.
Yeah, I am prone to the occasional migraine, like day of, we're working. Sometimes we're like, it's hard to get a good meal in if we're driving, or who knows, everything's chaotic. And then like, again, yeah, those 30 minutes, it's like, all right, all my blood vessels just open up and we get ready. And it's funny, it hits afterwards, or sometimes it kind of goes away. Adrenaline's a weird thing.
Yes.
Yeah. But it makes me wonder about like the long sets. Like obviously we're playing 30-minute sets, sometimes 35, 25, depending. But we know some of these heroes we watch are like 2-hour sets, 3-hour sets. Great. Like, don't they just like sneeze once when they're singing? Like, it's weird. Like, I've always thought, like, how is it not possible? Like, be a human. Like, they're just, I don't know. It's crazy.
I think I've ever sneezed.
Maybe it is all adrenaline, or who knows? That's a good point. Yeah, the longer sets.
Yeah, because like, how do they like? Yeah, like I mean, we play these 30-minute sets and they fly by. So I'm wondering, like, is it that much longer, an hour, 2, especially if you're chilling playing? I've always wondered.
With the Bon Jovi tribute thing, we played a few shows that were 3 hours long.
Oh my god!
So I've kind of gotten to do it, but it's crazy because you do need to pace yourself. Like you can't go quite as hard as you think you could go for a 30-minute set because it'll catch up to you. It'll catch up to you towards the end.
So 3 hours straight.
Yes, 3. We did 3. So when we would mix in some of the like 80s hair metal covers, we would drag the set out easily over 3 hours, and it would be straight, like with no breaks. And it was chaos.
I give the singer a lot of props.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
no, really. Yeah, for sure. It gets hot. It gets hot up there. You know,
true.
You find those moments though.
You're wearing frills and leather and hats and trying to just bring the Bon Jovi name, anything. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, you would really have to. You would have to structure the set on like where the slower songs are, like to really give you a break.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, damn, you really have to think about that one.
It's true. Oh yeah, it's crazy.
I can't imagine. Like, man, the drummer must have just had like massive blisters. Like, seriously.
I don't know how you did. I mean, it's crazy. It's one of those things where you kind of just black out and you kind of just go. You're like, okay, on to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one, until it's over.
Suppose, yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, it's crazy when you think that these drummers, like these guys who do that on the big stage, like Lars Ulrich, or like back when like Neil Peart or stuff, like they'll be going out for how long? Like 3-hour sets, and they're older guys and they're killing it. They're doing it. It must be exhausting, but they do it.
Yeah, it's insane. Because like, what's the long? I guess like obviously besides like I guess more so with you guys as a band, what's the longest set you've had to play so far?
Probably like an hour.
Yeah, we've done an hour before.
Oh, okay, and how was that? That was good.
Oh, our sets are fun. Yeah.
Did it feel like an hour? Probably not, right?
No, it doesn't. And you set it kind of up. You have like every set has like kind of like a flow and a story, and like when you have these longer sets, it doesn't have to just be like all energy all the time. Like I have my chance to do like a cover and like acoustic because I play guitar as well. So like I'll come out, like play like a little bit of acoustic guitar. Will comes out, does his own thing. We have like a new song that has like very minimal instrumentation, and you get to really create an experience with the longer sets. So it doesn't have to be necessarily just as much like energy like the entire time, but yeah,
that's true. Yeah, it's kind of fun having to like figure, like depending on how long you're playing, how to structure it and like where to fill certain things in, right? Crowd interaction, like all that type of stuff.
Yeah, it's true. Because I mean, also since our new stuff is very like, there's a lot of different vibes going on. Obviously, you got Obsession, which is like heavy in a very like active way. Like we're always moving, singing and stuff. Not Sorry has like its slow moments, and then it's obviously its big choruses. And then we have some songs that we're playing now very mellow. And like a lot of the times, it's not very difficult. It's really easy to like chill out. You don't have to be in everyone's face. You just kind of sit there, vibe, and look cool. So yeah. It's cool. And luckily, our music can do that. Like I always feel like some bands, obviously, you've got like speed metal. I'm like, sorry guys, you guys are just gonna be playing forever. Going prog metal, like, or like some crazy stuff that you play, like, it's nonstop, and it's like, all right, it's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, that's true. That's for sure. Awesome. And this was fun. And before I let you guys go, if there's anything you want to plug with stuff that you got coming up that you want people to know about, or where they can find your music and all that stuff.
Do it. Hell yeah. All right, guys. Pistols at Dawn, every single platform on Spotify, on TikTok, on Pistols at Dawn official on Instagram and TikTok. Pistols at Dawn Band on Facebook. We have like our entire catalog on our website, pistolsatdawnband.com. What else?
Get excited.
Our singles are out. Not Sorry and Obsession. Not Sorry is currently at radio. We re-released our Christmas cover last Christmas.
For the holiday season. Where
you get to hear the Pistols at Dawn arrangement of one of the best holiday classics out there. And
get excited for 2025.
Get excited for 2025.
It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be
crazy. Plenty of new releases, plenty of really cool news coming from our camp, and stay tuned.
I'm keeping an eye on us. You want to be one of those people who said, "Oh, I knew them when they were small." That's the plan. You want to be the hipster. So.
All right. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Anyone listening? Yeah, check these guys out. If you haven't heard them before, you'll enjoy their music big time. And yeah, I'm excited to see what you guys have for the new year. It's going to be sweet.
Hell yeah. Thank you, man.
So much.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. This was lots of fun.
No problem, man. It was a great time.
Thanks for having us.
Sure.